Hey there, Cadetha, Game Changer here, mate. So let's have a little scanny. So initial observations on your spawn area are pretty good. Um, you can maybe just see if you can tweak these a little bit more this way. So if you look at these buildings here, if you can maybe, I mean you've got them quite close. I think it's 2.5 squares is the maximum that you can have as distance before obviously a spawn zone appears in between them. So these are all quite close. You could probably spread those out a little bit and then see if you can push the boundaries further this way so that the spawn zone's even further back. So maybe have a little look at that for us. Now, principle of walls, just so you're aware of it. If I attack your base here, if I start attacking, say for example, if I just launch here, and I'll park myself about there, and what will happen is your tanks, your infantry, everything like that will actually come to me, and I can just finish it off because there's massive holes in your wall. Now, if you enclosed your war factory and your barracks, so your walls are completely touching. So if you look at that one, that's completely touching. That one isn't. That one isn't. But if you got it completely touching, there was no gaps down here, etc., etc. Then basically, as your vehicles and as your troops spawn, they get stuck inside the walls, which means that they're contained. Now, once obviously your opponent knocks down your wall, if you will, then all hell breaks loose and they get attacked. So have a little think about that, because as it is, you know, people will stand on the perimeter and wait for your defense to come to them, and they'll kick it off one by one, where you really need them to come to you, and then your turrets can start doing damage while your vehicles will also start to do damage. Second observation as well, I'm not sure where you're at with like M270s, but that is the new vehicle to have if you haven't already got them. That's if you look on my fourth one across, that's that item that's looking there. I'm not sure whether you can get them at level 27. It's been a while since I've been there, but if you can, have a little look at those. But the problem at the moment, if you look here, if I was using anything, say like Mortarmen or M270 or anything else that fires over the wall, I can take out your war factory and your helicopters before this would pick us up, before that salvo that I've highlighted would pick us up. So you need to make sure that that salvo's covering the side of that wall fully if you want obviously for that to work. So observations that I would say, get the mines outside your walls, because if you're inside the walls, chances are the damage is already done. You want to try and obviously knock your enemy before he gets inside your walls. I wouldn't have that wall there personally. The airport itself, the spawn time is that quick that by the time those birds are up in the air, then even if you attack that airport directly, then they're still going to be in the air. So for me, you can get them out. Also, helicopters fly over walls, so for me it makes sense to have your helicopters outside your walls rather than inside your walls. So have a little look at that, and I would just bring these walls really close in so that it's a lot tighter as a base. If you look at some of the other videos that I've done, you'll see how my base works as an option. But yeah, much tighter base, because if I attack this turret here, am I going to get hit by that turret there? Am I going to get hit by this here or this here? Probably not. So you could pretty much take your turrets out one by one at a little bit distance and not face any major bother. So try and bring the base in and make it tighter, and just adopt the principles that you're already doing of this spawn zone. But these walls touching means that the tanks and the infantry are going to be kept inside the wall, so it's a bit more of a condensed firepower method. So that would be my observation. So some great stuff so far, but possibly some improvements you can do. What I would suggest, I'll send you this video over and then have a little look at the catalogue of other videos I've done. You'll get to see my base and other people's that I've critiqued and things like that. and then see what your thoughts are. Just a thing though, so mines, I know I've just touched base on that. So that mine there's probably about right. If you look, if you were spawning here, you'd have to spawn somewhere between those two rocks. So probably another mine about there where number 4 is, for example, could be about right. I appreciate you've only got so many mines to go from, but if you look between that wall and that wall there, so a mine roughly about where the number 4 is there would probably be about right, and things along that sort of line. So have a think about where people are attacking from, and that should start the ball rolling. So a bit to do. Have a little look at what I've said so far. Have a look at some of the other videos I've done, as I've said, and then have a bit of a tweak, and then I'll have another look in the next few days. When you feel ready, let me know, and we'll go from there. Cheers, bro.